Are you currently in a place where there is nothing to live for? Do you feel stuck, unsettled, and unhappy about your life? Have you lost all sense of purpose and motivation to live? Well, Miles Monroe once said, "The greatest tragedy in life is not death, but a life without purpose." Call me the Purpose Doctor. My name is Ayobami Olugbenga-wyse. Join me on The Boardroom Convo, a personal development program on radio centered on giving you a sense of purpose, hope, and clarity. The Boardroom Convo airs every Tuesday from 7 to 8:30 p.m. and will be streamed on Instagram Live with amazing thought leaders and industry experts as we discuss personal development, new emerging career paths, becoming a marketable employee, hot skills in demand, job vacancies, business startups, book reviews, and more. Remember, purpose is the why that answers every other why. Let's get purpose driven again and let's talk career, life, and business. The Boardroom Convo. Who's coming on board?
A child in the distance, playing in the rain, the sweet sound of water flowing away, the construction worker coming home from work, two parents and their children going to church. A happy little baby drools on your shirt. What an extraordinary day. Let us have a world of ordinary people living life the way God wants us to. And if we have a world of ordinary people, extraordinary.
The Boardroom Convo. Who's coming on board?
To me and you.
All right, yes, 13 minutes gone past the hour of 7, Top Radio 90.9. It's the 2nd of November. It's a Tuesday evening. It's yet another edition of the Boardroom Convo. Yes, my name is Ayobami Olugbenga-wyse, and I'm your host as always. And yes, of course, they call me the Purpose Doctor. As always, it's all about talking career. It's all about talking, finance. It's talking about life, about business right here. Yep, and basically what I love to do is ensure that I help people, know exactly what they should be doing with their lives. And then, of course, the Boardroom Convo came alive. We've had 3 amazing episodes. We've had 3 different, boardroom directors that have graced the occasion and, of course, the show. And today promises to be another awesome time because I have a guest that will be joining us very soon, all the way from the US. Thank God it's actually virtual, right? For those that are online, and then of course being live right here on radio, it's an opportunity for us to also get to express ourselves, enjoy every beat of it, and see how things plan out. So, well, we're going to kick off in a bit just to be sure that everything is good and of course well technically, and then of course we'll see how we'll get our guest live in the building. Okay, so basically just understand that the Boardroom Convo is for you. Basically it's all about helping you to dream again, to be hopeful again, to become purpose driven again, and of course to see how you can take charge of your lives again. We'll be right back in a bit. More music follows. Don't move an inch.
Yeah. If I told you how I came this far and all the things that I've been through, need I tell you that I've been to hell? I've seen it all and done it all. Growing up as a child wasn't easy. Had to work twice as hard, I was easy. Grandma was my inspiration. Every day there was what's for situation. Shoes, no laces, bread, no tea, but I kept on coming strong. But that's when I looked to the mirror and I told myself this was hard. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. And I say, this little light of mine, ooh yeah, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
All right. right, so yes, we are back at 23 minutes right here, just before the hour of 8 Lagos. 23 minutes just before the hour of 8. It is the Boardroom Convo right here, live on Top Radio 90.9. Okay, yes, and of course, just for those of you joining us right here, just to know exactly what we're all about today. Something interesting we need to talk about, because I've got in the building an amazing person. Like they say nowadays, it is amazing, in terms of yes, I'm talking about Nigerian American social impact entrepreneur, an author. She's written some amazing books. Absolutely, she's an educator too as well. She's a business advisor too as well. Now she's also the founder of the Shio brand, and as well as the trustee and of course founder member of the United for Kids Foundation, as well as hosted amazing shows like the Impact Africa, which happens to be her own brand too. She actually speaks to global audiences with a mission to inspire, and she's an alumnus of the University of Lagos. Great acolytes, greatest. We should be proud of ourselves. And of course, she's also member of the Emory University in Atlanta and the University of Oxford in the UK. She is also an internationally chartered accountant and a United States of America certified public accountant. So it tells you, speaks loads. She's the co-owner of Dodo Farms with her husband Faj-Balogun, and she teaches agricultural business courses at the University of Maryland. Ladies and gentlemen, join with me today in celebrating and acknowledging none other than, of course, Tope Faj-Balogun with us right here. How you doing, Tope?
I am well. Oh my God. I want to meet the person you just introduced in your intro.
Oh goodness, I'm so excited to have you right here. Every week, we have a bit of a technical glitch to deal with because of trying to get things done live on Instagram and on radio at the same time. But it's always worth the patience, always worth the wait. So I'm super excited that you're here joining us live from Maryland, USA. And there's no better time to talk about all we need to talk about. How are you doing today?
I am well, and before we start, I want to give a quick, warm electronic hug to all those stuck in traffic going to the mainland from Lagos Island, because I heard there's traffic right now.
Wow.
I just saw a glimpse of that traffic in Alakpere, Ogudu, Third Mainland Bridge, Adekunle. You're listening to me. I hope you make it home safe.
Wow, fantastic. For you to have mentioned all of that, everybody will be like, oh, so she knows those areas well. Of course. She runs things in Lagos, Nigeria, as well as in Maryland and USA. So that's an amazing thing about that. So, let's just get it started. A lot of people have been waiting to have you, join us. And yes, you are here right now. And we're talking about, what color is my money? Particularly, this is something that, the first time I read one of your books, what color is your money, and happened to also go with you on a media tour to help talk about the importance of this book to a lot of people as well. I've read it, but of course, I want you to tell people, what inspired you? Let's start from there. What inspired you to write the book, What Color Is Your Money?
First of all, I want to thank you, because I think your show was the first show I went to when I was promoting that book back in 2013.
Wow.
But I wrote that after being an accountant for 15 years at a time, and I realized that the way people deal with money depends on how they see money, depends on how they relate with money. And I had 5 caricatures in my mind, including myself, of people and their personalities. So I wrote questions around those people, and it has held true for almost 10 years, that when people take that quiz, they're like, oh my God, you got it so right. Find out the money color of their spouses, the money color of their boyfriends, their girlfriends, and anyone who you want to have a financial dealing with, so that you can reduce the conflicts and you can reduce the disappointments.
Amazing. And just for starters, just quickly, I mean, the questions here, are they only in your book, or is there a place we can actually get to test and find out the color of our money, basically?
Absolutely. So you can go to one of my websites, ourfinancialcoach.com. Ourfinancialcoach.com. On the homepage, the 10 questions are there. They're free. You can answer the questions and find out what your money color is and see an explanation of what that money color means.
Okay, so before they go and write their jam on ourfinancialcoach.com, and see exactly what their scores will be, and if they will really get into the university of life, where they can deal with money, I need to find out from you, what are the money colors and how do they really matter? What's so important? What's the big deal about them?
So there are 5 colors.
Okay.
The first color that I like to talk about is color green, is the entrepreneur. They see a dollar, they see a naira, and they're just thinking about doubling that money. They're perpetual hustlers.
Okay.
Their tribe is, whether they are born Yoruba or born Hausa or born Oyibo, their tribe is Igbo. They think about that money and they want to get it. Then there is the color blue.
Okay.
And color blue, I wrote with myself in mind. They are the Ijebu people like us. We keep our money under our pillow. We don't want to take risks with the money. Then there's the color yellow. Those ones, there's no way. They want to live life to its fullest. iPhone 13, 14 or 15, or they're ready to buy and they just want to bling and be happy. There's the color gray. Those are the old missionaries, because we don't have them these days. They think about money, the root of all evil. If they're Christians, they think about money as a trial. They run away from money.
Okay.
And in my book, I always tell them, no, run away from money. The world needs you, because the capital that you hold is social capital. And those people actually hold the key to change, really. There's the final color, which is the worst color of all. They are the people who, they want to spend money like the yellow. They just don't have it.
Okay.
But they will spend it. They will owe people. They will do everything possible, but they can't afford it. Every time their phone rings, is a debt collector that is calling. So you need to know what your money color is,
okay,
and so you can see what your weaknesses are and how you can make things better.
All right, fantastic. So you need to know exactly what color you represent, what color your money is, whether you're green, blue, yellow, or gray. Whether you are the risk taker, whether you're the money. I don't want to call it money doubler, but money doubling minded person, in terms of wanting to say, what opportunities are there? Can I jump into it? Whether you're the type that loves to run away from money or not, money is so important. Now, I'm just going to ask you, before going to other areas, is it that one color is better than the other, or how does this really work?
Last week, when I was teaching a class, that what color is better than the other? And I'm like, no, there is no one color that is better than the other. The only color that you don't want is color red. What you want is to be of all the colors. You want to take risks when, because if you don't take risks, you're not going to make money.
Absolutely.
And at the same time, you put your foot on the gas the entire time, on the accelerator, as we say in Nigeria. You don't want to put your foot on the accelerator the entire time. You will crash, or you enter third mainland bridge and enter the water. So you know when to pull up and say, you know what, I'm not going to invest in this, your MMM. Let me see your budget. Let me see the past 5 years financial statements. You want to be able to do that. At the same time, you don't want to be Alowo Majaye and you don't want to be those people that you don't want to collect all the money, all the risk, take all the returns, and the next thing you just go to you will die, and everybody that you leave behind will start making some sort of party. Worked hard for. So you want to be a rainbow. At the same time, you also want to make sure that you are socially conscious. You're not the one who is living in this life and people cannot feel your impact beyond that. You're always making noise.
Oh God. Wow, we just even got started, but trust me, she's absolutely busting my brains right now, and we have quite a whole lot to still talk about. So let's probably remind you guys, for those of you joining us live on radio, wherever you are in Lagos, Nigeria, it is the Boardroom Convo. My name is Wise, the Common the Purpose Doctor, and I've got a social entrepreneur and, of course, an agribusiness, lecturer as well here, talking about Tope, Faj-Balogun. And she's talking about how to know exactly what color your money is, and a whole lot around money management and more. So let's go. What common money management mistakes do career professionals make these days? I mean, what are those mistakes they make?
I think the first mistake that career professionals make is, not delaying gratification. There are dreams that you've had, and God forbid you've been looking for a job for the past 10 years, and there are dreams you've been building. Oh, there's the house you want to build. There's the place you want to move. You want to move from Abule-Egba, no disrespect, to Oyakoyo, and you're like, Oyakoyo is to the island and Abule-Egba. So there are those dreams that you've been having. You're like, God, since I've been born, I'm the one that is always going to take to hit a ride with my neighbor. I want to buy my own car. So not delaying that gratification is the first mistake. So we get our money, instead of thinking about how can I invest it? How can I save it? How can I keep some for tomorrow? How can I make plans in case this work does not work out? We're thinking, how can I just make myself happy and remove all my sorrows right now? That's the first mistake. The second mistake is lack of planning. Those who fail to plan to fail.
Absolutely.
And so I can't tell you how many people don't know what they're going to do with their paycheck. I'm talking about investors. Those of us who are professionals, you don't know what you're going to do with your paycheck. So how do you? What is your plan? What do you expect from that paycheck? If you don't make plans for the money is a visitor. If you don't make plans for that visitor, the visitor will say, "Hey, you were not expecting me. Let me just be going."
I'll be now.
So you have to make plans. The third one, which is, oh my God, drives me crazy, drives me nuts. We don't organize it, and we're not measuring it. And if you're not measuring something, that means that you can't manage it. You can't manage what you're not measuring.
Absolutely.
And if you're not managing, that means it's not important to you. I beg, what is more important than money? What? So, and you can't make a decision because you don't know how much you spent on food or eating out or paying DSTV or paying some soccer for your child. You don't know. So you're making all of these payments and it looks like it's small. And when it comes to money, you have to think about like a mice infestation. Oh, somebody comes today. Wise Baba. Hey, show your boy something. You give them 10. Another person comes tomorrow. Hey, something has finished. So you give them 10 naira. It looks like it's just 10 naira out of 100,000. What's 10 naira? But I promise you, organize it. If you're able to sum it up, you realize that 10 naira is the reason why you have not bought a Benz.
Hey.
Because that 10 naira has going out like, in every corner, every direction. And you didn't have a plan. You didn't have any expectations. So somebody else has put you on the agenda. You just did not put yourself on the agenda. The driver in your office, the gate man in your compound has put you on the agenda. But you have no plan. You don't even document. You don't even know where it is that you're going to. You're like a pilot that has no flight plan.
Wow. So the way it is that people have plans for our own money more than we have plans for our own money ourselves.
Absolutely. It's not just those people that are begging you for money that have plans. It is when you go to ShopRite. If you enter ShopRite, allow some mall, anywhere you go, and you have no plans, you don't have a list of what you want to buy, the store manager has a plan for you.
Come on now.
And that everything is going to look attractive to you. So you must be able to delay gratification. You must be able to have expectations, and you must be able to organize your finances.
Wow.
If you cannot do those things, you're not ready for prime time.
Wow. So face it, delay gratifications, have expectations, and properly plan your finances. If you don't do that, you're going to find yourself in deep blue sea. And of course, maybe having the color red that you said we shouldn't have being the color of some people's money as it were. Okay, so that's quite an interesting one. So I'm going to bring it, of course, I'm sure a lot of people are listening right now and they're like, wow, you can see the situation of our country, Nigeria, as well. You've also been the kind of person, not only worked, in diaspora, you've also worked here as well. You know exactly what it is. So let's take it first from how easy is it within the context of our country because of, culture, because of the sense of entitlement of a lot of people to be able to, put these three things in proper perspective and not step on toes? I mean, this is deep things you're talking about here about delaying gratification, I can maybe even get away with it a bit. But when we're talking about expectations versus, the aspect of planning some money when they're family members, and you hear things like he's a wicked person, he doesn't care. Yeah, I've seen friends that feel as if, he has a lot, why is he not sharing? What exactly, how do you actually, put your foot to the ground? How do you ensure that this works in the context of our country?
So I have a book that I'm thinking either bring it out in print,
okay,
or make it a book that is called 5 Laws of Financial Success. Hopefully 2022 we would, have a book launch.
We can't wait for it.
And one of the things that I cannot wait for that.
Yeah.
One of the things that I talk about in the book, Solution to Nigerian Problem, number one is mindfulness. Mindfulness is the key, is the first key that you must use to open wealth. And mindfulness involves many things, including who is living rent-free in your head. Who is living rent-free? For many of us in Nigeria, the people that are living rent-free, there are many, and they need to be there are many. So if somebody comes to me and says, Tope, give me this amount, and I say I don't have or it's not yet time. My money already has a plan because I've been organizing, I've been having expectations. And the person says, she's very wicked. Okay, why is that a problem? That's their opinion. It's not mine. Why do we live and die by the lies that other people are telling? You think that Elon Musk and Dangote, they are sitting down really thinking about who thinks they're wicked? They're not. They're not. And people, on the religious side now, we have 2 major religions in Nigeria, and everybody talks about, the Christians will say, give me 10%. The Muslims say, sadaqah. All of that is great. But let me talk from the perspective of Muslim now, because I'm a Muslim.
Okay.
And you cannot give what you don't have. There was a companion, a very, very important companion of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He went to him and he said, I just got this 8,000 dinars. And I kept $4,000 dinars for myself, and my family, and I'm giving 4,000 for the faith. And the Prophet said, may God bless the part that you gave and the part that you kept. It means that everything is with sense. Why didn't he say it's with sense? Why didn't he say, let me just give 8,000? But you see, in Nigeria, it's not really about giving. It's about giving up control to other people, giving up control to the imam, giving up control to your neighbors who don't care about you, who you don't care about, giving up control to people who don't matter, giving up control to Insta.
Woo! Come on.
You need to not give up control of your life. Like me now, if I enter Nigeria with my $20 shoe and somebody say, Faj, you're more than this $20 shoe, I say, okay. But me, I'm the one who knows what I'm trying to buy. Maybe I'm trying to buy mansion. No. So
exactly.
You have to, who is holding control? Because it's not about money. It's about control.
Wow.
So that is your situation. And the second thing about Nigeria's situation is people say, it's so hard to save in Nigeria. I saved when I was earning 6,500 naira in Nigeria. I saved. And I was saving because I wanted to buy a car. Okay. How do you buy a car when you have 6,500 naira salary? But you see, if you don't save as a talaka, that's a poor person, you can never save as a billionaire. You will not even become a billionaire.
Hey, see, Tope, now take it easy now. You have said too much here tonight. I'm still trying to catch some breath over, some of the lines. And see, we're back in school. I'm just jotting things down and writing. And I'm like, what? If you can't save as a pauper, you can't save as a billionaire. That's a big reality some people cannot face.
You can't even become a billionaire
in the first place
if you cannot. And you see, coincidentally in Nigeria, we're very religious people. So both religions plus the traditional, let me say 3 religions, we fast. You see people, they'll do 40 days fasting. Think about saving, think about depriving and delaying as fasting. If you can fast, you can save money in hardship.
Wow.
And finally, the final thing I want to say about the Nigerian context is, if somebody cannot draw the line and say, I no longer have more to give this month. If they can't, they will soon become like the people that they are helping. They will.
Shoops. If they cannot draw the line to say, I do not have more at this time, it's just a matter of time before you fast become the kind of people that have asked and sought after you for help. This is so deep. We're talking about giving up control. It's not about money. It's all about control. Now the power is, or should I say the big deal now is, how can we build this control? All right. I mean, is this something that, we're born with? Is this something that goes with some kind of personality type? Is it something that it's easier for some than the other? Is it something that we can learn? How can we build and develop this control, Tope?
Number one, mindfulness is key. Number one, mindfulness in earning money, mindfulness in spending money, mindfulness in saving money. So I want to start with mindfulness in earning money because people have this notion that if I earn more, I would have more. No, nobody ever makes money by earning more money. No, you can never get rich by any more money. You can't. You can only get rich by spending less, so you can invest more. That's number one. But also, I'm a very huge believer in the fact that money is a spirit.
Okay, absolutely.
And I'm going to try to translate this from my mind is speaking it in Yoruba, so let me try and translate it in English.
Go ahead, please.
So, you see, the only time you are rich is the time you want to send your money on an errand. And that money is there to run that errand. So if I want to buy a car, and that car costs $10,000, and I have $9,100, I'm not rich. Because I want to send $10,000 on an errand, $10,000 is not there.
Hey.
But if you want to buy rice and beans, $10, and you have $11, you are richer than me. Because you want to send $10 on an errand, and you have 11. But how will you have money to send when it's crucial? Is if you are earning your money the right way.
Okay.
Today in Nigeria, unfortunately, we have become so greedy. So desperate. Everybody talking about how hard things are. So therefore they can cheat somebody else. I listened to an audio, my friend Idris Bello. Somebody was just trying to swerve him. And he was recording and he sent me the audio. Wow. This person was saying, I sent a code, send it, this kind of, I sent a code, send it so that they can take your money.
Yeah, yep.
And I was listening to this guy, the scammer, and I was thinking, look at this one. You think you're going to be able to get money to send on an errand? You can't. You can't. Once you take money from somebody by force, once you take money from somebody under false pretenses, including I pay you to do a job for me and you don't show up, you've taken my money under false pretenses. That money is not going to stay with you.
Wow.
It's not.
Better believe it.
You can you can be counting quantity. But when it's time for you to send that money on an errand, you will look for it, you won't find it. So I think we have to be very, very careful.
The mindfulness.
Be very mindful how you're earning money. That nobody is crying in this money you're earning. Nobody is dying in this money you're earning. Nobody is in pain because you're earning money. Then how are you spending money? How are you spending money? Again, mindfulness comes in here.
Yeah.
I always tell my clients, when I want to work with somebody, I'll say, give me your last 30 days of spending. Put them in 4 different categories. A is, I have to absolutely pay this. It's like my house rent. I must pay it. Okay. And this, I'm living in a very modest apartment. B is, I have to pay it, but it can be smaller. Maybe you are not supposed to have a car, and you are thinking, it's only me in the compound that does not have a car. That is B.
Yeah.
C is, I absolutely do without this. D, it's a debt payment. You see, everything in C and D, you have to have a come to Jesus moment with yourself. And hey, this debt, what did I use it for?
Wow.
Why am I here?
Wow.
Well, why am I using my current earnings to pay for past jollifications?
Come on.
And most of the time, when people can think back about what got them to D, things they can do with, including summer, I must go on vacation. Okay.
Wow.
So have to be very, very intentional.
Okay.
Money is a lifelong struggle, but you have to be intentional about how you are earning it, how you're spending it, and what part you're saving. Because it was Benjamin Franklin who said, "A penny saved is a penny earned."
Earned. Absolutely.
So you have to save money. And people say, I save money, but I go and collect it. I'm saying, me too. That one has happened to me before. The one time I saved money for a whole year. I wanted to put down payments on a house. By the time came, I had $0. Why? I realized that the biggest barrier to saving money is yourself.
Okay.
Saving money in a FCMB. You have savings accounts. I'm not advertising FCMB. Let's say Union Bank. You're saving money in Union Bank. And you have 5,000 naira in your savings account in Union Bank. At the same time, you have another 2,000 in your current account in Union Bank. If the 2,000 has finished and you get to Suya place and there's no money, maybe you will go to the savings and transfer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it not your money? You cannot have money like that. You have to save far away. Save your money as so Koro savings account, savings bank. Build a wall between you and the savings. Build a wall. It can be small, but build a wall.
Come on.
And then put a name on that savings. What is that name? That this one, it is for me to use to buy lace. This one is for me to use to go to America. This one is for me to use to go to Saudi Arabia. Send it on an errand in advance. Because the day you want to go and take that money, you will say, if I take this money, I cannot go to America again. Okay. So in saving, you must be very, very, very conscious. What do you want to do with it? And how can you build it? You must collect visa before you go and take your own money.
Yes, now.
It's easy to collect it now.
Wow. Now I'm just thinking right now, because you've actually taken even the question on the savings, out of my mouth, which you've actually dealt with. And I'm thinking right now that, yes, we want to save, and I've seen little tips and hacks and tricks, about you building walls and naming it so that you can send it on an errand, ahead, when the time actually comes. Now I'm just thinking, it's everywhere. We're faced with a lot of, terrible inflation in the country right now. The price of gas is on the high, the rent is on the high, standard of living is going crazy, food stuff and all of that. In fact, the truth is what you earn these days cannot even give you a life, so what is the reality here? How can we build from where we are? Because I'm sure a lot of people would say, I don't even have savings. Where is the savings? Well, it's not someone that has that can save. That's what you hear them say. But money passes through their hands, right? Money just passes through the hands one way or the other. So what can we do when we're faced with this reality?
Thank you for asking that question. You cannot say you cannot save until you have a system to organize your finances.
Okay.
So the last time I had any kind of cable television, I don't know, in Nigeria, like Africa Magic, DSTV, that sort of thing. Yeah. Last time I had anything like that was 2012, almost 10 years ago. Why? Because one time, I just, at the end of the year, at the end of every month, I sit down with myself and look at, how did you spend your money this month? What can be better? I just quickly give myself some oroishiti, some So at the end of that of 2012, I looked at my totals. Yeah. And I saw a total line item of $2,400.
Okay.
And I said, for what? What is $2,400 for? And then I saw that it was for cable television. I said, yeah, Mogbe. This must be this from home. Hey, this must be from home. How is it that I'm not trying to
your village people?
I'm not acting.
Yeah.
Inside television.
Wow.
But I'm paying $2,400. I cut it straight. I cut it to everything that she is Nollywood. I watch on YouTube. I watch you on Instagram. But you see, if I didn't do that analysis, if I wasn't tracking, it should have been $200 per month. Going.
Wow.
I wouldn't know that I could take off. So you have to, first of all, come to a moment of truth with yourself.
Analyzing the C's and the D's now, right?
Yes. And what is in the C that I can take off? So that, even if you save 1 naira, do something for yourself.
Hmm.
You know, people will die, eh? Some people will die. Their children, they will look around the house, there will be nothing. But some people will die, and their children will just open the mattress. They'll just say, see money. Which one do you want to?
Absolutely.
The one that people will now for money up and down just to be able to carry the person to be buried. So I think we can't say because things are tough. Don't get me wrong. I do work in Nigeria and I do have family in Nigeria. So I know things are hard. But trust me, things are hard here too. Nigeria, Shebi, if you go to your neighbor's house and you sit down and they'll start giving you food.
Yes, no.
Shebi, they'll just why? Shaking your chicken and be fish. Here, if you like, they will be asking you when you are going. They will not give you anything.
Oh boy.
So think that what is my level? And what can I afford to put aside for tomorrow?
Now I'm just thinking, a lot of people have said to themselves, when I put away, cash here and there, in bits and in pieces, and it's small, it can't do anything, it's discouraging when I see the figures. How long will I have to do this? And people don't realize that, just like you said, you cannot make more money by earning money. You have to make more money, by thinking of opportunities that you can take advantage of, and multiply money. A certain statistics that blew my mind says that if you're making even, saving 100,000 naira every day, if you had that much every day for 20 years, you will still not be a billionaire. And that blew my mind. That how can you save as much as 100K every day, and for 20 years of your life you still not be a billionaire? Then what are we doing here? What is this? Why is life this wicked? And it dawned it dawned on me that, just like you said, you have to name it. Whatever you're saving, you have to be able to tag it as something, towards something. So people need to realize that what you're saving and the figures are small, discouraging, that's not the point, because you have to name it. There's something that you have to send that money on an errand to do. There must be an opportunity in the future to multiply that money.
And you also have to go back to the point of who is living rent-free in your head. Because some people will say, I want to be a billionaire. I don't want to be a billionaire. Me, personally, I don't want to be a billionaire. I don't.
Yeah.
And one thing from Oyinbo people, after living with them for all these years, is Oyinbo people, hey, God, they can live in the smallest, tiniest house, ride the 1995 Toyota Corolla.
Yeah.
You will not see them for 30 days. Where were you, Joe? Say, Joe, say, I took a cruise around the world. That won't make Joe happy.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick, what are you? Say, I went fishing. So, I learn to define what is success, personally. Personally. And for me, Tope, Ganiat, Faj-Balogun, success is not being a billionaire. I don't want to be a billionaire. For what? Everything I want to use money for, as far as I know, I can afford it. And that's because my needs are very small. One of my sisters, she says, I make being broke look fabulous. I'm like, that's right. Yeah. I'm like, for what? Why should maybe I don't beef or Tedola for having money or Dangote. That's fine. That's what they want. But what do I want? What I want is a life of impact. I want books and a family that will outlive me and will talk about my impact in the world.
Yeah.
At the same time, I don't want to do it begging people for money and not eating 3 square meals a day and not having shelter. So you have to decide what is it that you want.
Absolutely.
And not what everybody else thinks you should want. Because that's the beginning of the picture. And a lot of Nigerian young people find themselves in this situation. I want to be as rich as my Oga. Your Oga that's been hustling since 1922. That he came from Ibadan. Finally hit a big. They are not thinking that you must hammer.
Yeah.
Happiness is free. Happiness is very free, and the biggest liberation must come from the mind. What is it that you want? How would you know when you get it? Because many of us will keep running after something, and we will meet it on the way. We will not even know.
Yes, we won't recognize it.
We won't recognize it because we're busy looking at somebody else's yardstick as what success should look like. Yeah.
All right, amazing. Wow, time fast spent, but absolutely well spent to the letter. T. And I've actually done a whole lot. I've just been writing and writing, And for those of you just joining us, I don't even know where to start from. Don't worry, you'll catch the replay, that's for sure. And we talked about the colors of the money. We talked about, what, is living rent-free in our heads. We talked about giving up control. We talked about it's really not about the money, but it's all about control. We talked about what to be mindful of, being mindful about earnings, being mindful about spendings. We talked about you categorizing your spendings, your earnings, and seeing which one is most important. But first, like Tope said, defining what success means to you first. It's when you define what success means to you that you're able to filter through it to say this belongs to A, this belongs to B. What I've been doing for the past 5 years has been C, and that's why I've not moved to where I want to be. And if I'm not careful, I'll end up in D, and that's not debt too. Not only debts in terms of owing, and I die with that one. Do you understand? So we really have to be careful. I know we have a lot of mindfulness of trying to deal with cultural barriers, religious barriers, personal barriers too as well. But it's something that we have to condition our minds and deliberately, intentionally do so that we can walk in that path of financial freedom like we've always wanted to. Very quickly before I'll let you go, Tope. We need to know exactly the many caps that you wear. Talk to us about being that agri-business lecturer in Maryland, USA.
Okay, well, that's a job. I'm in my third year being a college professor, and I would say that's been the hardest job I've ever had.
Okay. And
it's also been the paying job I've ever held, because it's not only Nigerian teachers that are paid low amounts of money, also American teachers. But I absolutely enjoy, because I get to teach, first and second year students in university how to build businesses, especially in the agricultural sector. I also get to advise them on their direction in the university. So it's like, you see them when they come in, and then by the time they're graduating, they're just this formed human beings. And, the kind of interactions that we have and the kind of classes that we have makes me know them very deeply. For example, on Friday in my class, we'll be talking about failure resume. And, of all the things that we've done this semester, this is the one that I know the students are not even ready for.
Wow.
Because when we're speaking about failure, they're like, whoa, this. So I love, looking beyond business as just this technical things. Don't get me wrong, I love the technicalities too. Today we did agricultural finance, and it was hard, it was hardcore. But I love that soft part where people get to lift the veil and look behind the things that make you an entrepreneur a successful one.
We'll definitely have to bring you back again one of these days, where you'll be talking to us not only about the colors of your money and dealing with financial hassles and all, but talking about how to build an agri business, even within context of Nigerian space. Not even if you're doing it well, within the US sector and all of that, then of course in Nigeria we can learn even more, from you, because you even understand the language, you speak our minds, you know how things they run here now. So
in Nigeria, so I'll be happy to talk about agriculture in Nigeria for sure.
Absolutely. And we also do know about your involvement in helping children from disadvantaged backgrounds. Please run us through it too as well.
So, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to talk about United for Kids Foundation. It is the most important job that I have in my life. It's an organization I founded in 2002, just when I was leaving Nigeria for America. And what we do is to help children from low-income families to gain access to education, access to quality healthcare, and social welfare services. We work with major orphanages in Nigeria, and also primary schools and palaces and all kinds of places in Lagos. We are at unitedforkidsfoundation.org, or you can find us on Facebook at United for Kids, or on Instagram at United for Kids NG.
All right, fantastic. UnitedForKidsFoundation.org. Get to find them if you want to connect and see how you can help more lives, bridge that gap between those that have and those who don't have. And you'll be glad that you did as well. And particularly for those who would love to volunteer too as well, because that's another topic for another day talk, where the art of volunteering, the mind of volunteering.
Yep.
You know, it's something that a lot of it's dead in the Nigerian and the African culture. We need to learn how to bring it up, you know, as well. But having said that, let's take you back, ladies and gentlemen, to ourfinancialcoach.com. Go and test yourself. Ourfinancialcoach.com. How can people get to work with you as well across board, you know, in terms of being their financial coach?
Be ready with your money, Shao.
Absolutely.
So
Come on.
But you can find me at ourfinancialcoach.com. You can book an appointment straight on that website on my calendar, or you can send me an email on that website as well. But it's ourfinancialcoach.com. I look forward to working with Nigerians to, you know, actually find your money color and rock your money color.
I love that. Find your money color, rock your money color, and of course, particularly, you have to show off your money color as well. Thank you very much, Tope Faj-Balogun. We've been talking for the past, 40 minutes or more about the color of my money, of your money as well. Like I mentioned, we'll definitely bring it back, not once, not twice, not three times, to talk about other aspects as regards to agribusiness, aspects of learning the art of volunteering, and a whole lot more. Remember, the Boardroom Convo is all particularly about seeing how you can become purpose driven again. There is hope, there is life, irrespective of where you find yourself, and it's very important people want to jackpot. But Tope is one of those that's always told me that leaving is never the problem, but ensure that you leave as a king that has something to deliver on the other side of the world. What is that thing that you have? What exactly do you have? What do you have in your hands? What have you nurtured? What have you fine-tuned? What are the things that you want to build up on? Then, of course, feel free to make that trip if you want, and then go show yourself off on the other side of the world. We'll catch you again next time we can, but I just want to say thank you for giving us an opportunity to spend quality time with you, our financial coach, talking about Tope Faj-Balogun. Enjoy the rest of your evening from Nigeria. It's from Nigeria with love, like we always say, not only Russia, it's from Nigeria with love. Have a great evening, and we sure do love you. Take care. All right, so till I come your way next week, Tuesday, right here, live on Top Radio 90.9 and live on Instagram. I remain Ayobami Olugbenga-wyse, the Come with the Purpose Doctor, like I said. And feel free to follow me across all social media platforms at Ayobami-wyse. Ayobami-wyse. And I'll be more than glad to be a part of your world. All right, join me next week, Tuesday, from 7 o'clock up until 8:30. Right here. Who's coming on board next week? You, tell a friend. And remember, it always pays to be wise. Good night.